And I have to say, I ran this afternoon and I forgot my caffeine. So forgive me as I sip out of my favorite mug. Crafting, items made with love and a whole bunch of swearing. If you know me, you know it's accurate. So that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah. Oh, let's see here. Let's get on and get moving. Yeah. So it's okay. So yeah. All right. So you didn't miss, honey. You didn't miss anything. If you're talking about team gathering, it's moved to next week. I missed it too. You're good. You're good. You're good. That's all there is to it. So you didn't forget. You forgot a week early. No problem. Yeah, I know, right? Yay! Makes life interesting, doesn't it? Oh, I love it too. Yeah. So I'm just finishing up, catching up, and waiting for people to come on. So I am just writing down the host code, and then we'll get going. So I'm putting me on TV. Well, then there's something good on tonight, huh? There you go. So, all right. So I'll put this on TV for you. My favorite mug, one of them. Crafting, items made with love and a whole bunch of swearing. How well do you know me, Serene? Yep. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, so for tonight, let me get my stuff in front of me so I can show you what we're doing. Yeah? So for tonight, if you decide to also, my hair, if you decide to also order the kit, okay, you have through Sunday to order it. It's online already, stampingwithjohnny.com/shop. And if you just click on shop, I know it looks like the header, but if you click on shop, you'll go right there. So if you are on Tonight with Me live, Pam and Serene so far, and you order the kit, you will get as a bonus a pack of dimensionals. Team, crafter, not a crafter, collector, whatever. Just saying. Okay? So for tonight, today is the 1st, which means club order bonus changed from the flat adhesive back pearls to sponge daubers. So just FYI on that. What else is going on? I have a brand, if you're local, I have a brand new class I'm co-oping with 29 Palms Farmers Market, and I'm doing a class for spring on February 18th. So there you go. Okay. So the class is, the first 12 kits are sponsored by the market, which means there's no cost and everything will be provided. The next 12 are $5 a piece, so a good price still. You will get to make a flower pot card with the flowers and everything. No ink is necessary. Everything will be ready to glue, already embossed, already everything. So just FYI on that. We will start at 10 and I will go until I'm out of kits. It's just that simple. So I don't know if the market closes at 1. So, but it's about, when you sit down and do it, probably about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So because everything's already scored and embossed, you know. So there you go. Okay. So I will have 24 kits total and the first 12 are sponsored by the market. So If you do decide to do it, make sure to say thank you, Roger, for sponsoring part of the class. So what else is new? I am finishing up Heidi's class. I can show you the favors if you want. Do you guys want to see the favors? I haven't even put them out on the flyer yet. Hold on. Let me get in. And I don't even have the pricing yet because I have to price out the candy in bulk. So, all right. So the first one is a sour cream container. That's supposed to be sealed. We're not going there. Okay. Sour cream container with a cute tag. These are going to be sold in packs of 10. So my teachers can get their class stuff done. This is February 12th. And this is so they can get their class stuff done for Valentine's Day. Okay, that's the idea behind it. Okay, so that one has Hershey Kisses, pink and red ones for Valentine's Day. And then these are our crackers or our poppers. And these have Smarties inside. And then lastly, diaper fold, right? With a heart sucker. Okay, so these are going to be sold in packs of 10. I will break it down to 5s, but I will not break it down singly, and you will have your choice. In packs of 10, you will have your choice of which project. I will not, within the 10, do all different projects. So, FYI. So that is for Heidi's, and depending on the cost, for the candy mainly, I have to get a better deal. We'll just say that. I was doing some local shopping and it's not cheap enough. So I got to do some research tonight and then hopefully make it a little bit cheaper for you guys. All right. So with that being said, what else do we have? If you're on my team, you need to look online because there's seasonal product, online exclusives that are ready for pre-order. They will be available to customers in March 1st, I believe it is. So this is timing, right? So our mini catalog only goes till April because we had complaints that there was overlap between that, and because it used to go to July, we used to have complaints that it would overlap with the annual catalog and there'd be too much going on. So now it finishes in April. The gap between April and May, almost June, because it's end of May for the annual catalog, that gap is done with these online exclusives, the flyers, for lack of better terms. They're only going to be available for a month to 6 weeks or something like that. I have done the pre-order, so as soon as it comes in, I will let you guys know. But yes, it's flowers, but the paper is gorgeous and the non-adhesive backed gems are gorgeous. I can tell even by the photos. So we'll see how it goes, and as soon as I get it, we'll just do it. So so that's coming up. So if you're on my team, you want to make sure to look at that before you place an order. There's also a brand new kit called Build a Wreath. I believe it's called Build a Wreath, and it's a 8-inch in diameter chipboard wreath with all the decorations and all the 3D flowers and all that stuff already cut, ready to go for you. All you need is a glue gun. So I have that on order. I don't think it's shipped yet. So when I get all this, I'll be sharing with you. So that's enough, isn't it? Let me flip you down and we're going to get to creating. I have 4 cards tonight, all dealing with the Thanks a Bunch stamp set in celebration. And I wanted to do this to show you a little bit of diversity because honestly, when I first saw it, I went, this is the carrot one. Honestly, when I first saw it, I went just like that. So I wanted to share with you some alternate projects I had. So that, and one that is how it's supposed to be. But that way you have some other ideas other than Bugs Bunny. That's what came to mind. Elmer Fudd saying you know, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting a bunny rabbit. That's what came to mind. But you didn't come to hear Elmer Fudd, so I'm going to flip you around and we're going to get to creating. Hold on. Always twice. There we go. Oh, always twice. All right. So now that we've heard Elmer Fudd and done all kinds of craziness, right? Let me get the stack of ink out of the way. We have a lot of ink tonight. So this is a great project if you need practice in opening your ink pads. Holy cow, there's a lot of ink. All right. Am I good? Am I centered enough? Okay. So let's see, can I wrap I can barely wrap my hands around this. I do have small hands, but here is, okay, ready? There's the ink. Let's do it this way. Okay. This is where you screenshot. This is Parakeet Party down here. Since you can't really see that, this is Pale Papaya. So this is where you screenshot what colors you need. Whew. For these 4 cards. Yeah. There's a lot going on. Okay? Yeah, really. So, okay, so if you're ordering the kit, you're going to get the 4 cards cut, and then if you are on tonight with me live, you will also get, and you order the kit, you will also get the bonus of a free pack of Stampin' Dimensionals, okay? Regular size, by the way. You can always cut them in half. All right, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's like a lot tonight. Quite a lot. All right, so, but only 2 stamp sets, so not too bad, right? Keep telling myself that, right? Okay, so, all right, so when you order this, you're gonna get all the punch outs and everything. You just need the stamp set, okay? Even the ribbon is gonna be included. So, first one is this one. Okay, and then here's the second card. And then here's the third card. Okay, this is not my favorite, and it looks like juniper trees to me, but kind of cool, right? That you can make trees out of carrots. And last but not least, this gorgeous landscape one. Yes, it's all out of the carrot one. Can you believe it? So, I better get to cracking, huh? Or however that saying goes. All right, so all this will be in the tutorial tomorrow morning, but we are starting with, every single base is the same, okay? Every single base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Every single one of them. I tried to make it easy, in theory, right? We'll see how it goes. So, let's see here. We got to start at the bottom. Let's flip this over, huh? So, first and foremost, we got to cut the first mat. First mat is 5 1/4 by, yeah, let's do that side. That side's looking a little rough. By 4. 5 1/4 by 4 is the first one. Okay. And then the second one is Starry Sky. And Starry Sky is 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. All right. 2. Last one is my white, and this one is cut at, let's see, 3 1/2. Yes, I do it all by memory. But if you need a mat sheet, I have put one in Pinterest in the past. So let's see, 3 1/2, so that's 3/4 by 4 3/4. Mathing. sometimes so hard, right? Okay, now I'm going to take my rectangular postage punch. Say that 3 times fast. And we're going to punch out our metal. Just that simple. And I think that's all I have for that punch. So we're going to move that to the side. And then all this comes all pre-cut, ready for you in your kit. Okay? I got a hair on my table. I don't like it when I have hair on my table. Okay. So my Starry Sky metallic 1/8 of an inch ribbon, I'm going to cut about 12 inches. I can always trim it down. So right? I've been scouring Pinterest because honestly, this set, I was like, ew, not so much, you know? I'm just going to tie a bow since I have it here. And I was just like really not impressed with the whole set. And my girlfriend was like, you just watch, you just watch. And I said, I don't like it. I actually didn't buy it in my first run through. And when I saw some of the stuff being created, I'm like, okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I didn't like how that came out. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll get it. And then I kind of pouted about it and I was like, but I'm not going to create with it, right? And then finally I'm like, fine, I'll do my job. So there you go. So, okay, bow is done. Trim, not trimming that side, it's already short enough. So bow's done. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my orange, okay? And I'm going to grab probably all the blocks I need tonight, I hope. Because honestly, okay, so I ran today. And I had to do, I'm on this Couch to 5K program, and I've done it in the past too. But honestly, today was like, oh, pumpkin pie, of course, is on the bottom, the one I need. Let's do 8 minutes straight. I haven't done that long for a long time. It felt like forever. So, all right. So since we don't have really a lighter orange, okay, I'm going to take the solid carrot, not the detail part. And I am stamping off, and then I'm going to put it down further because I put it up too high last time and then I couldn't get hardly any of the stems. So just remember to stamp off. Stamp off, stamp off. And there's supposed to be a bunch, so I should have them more together. But you know what? Each creation is its own, right? Thank heavens. All right. So I'm going to peel my carrot off of here. Did you like what I did with that? Okay. I'm done now. Just kidding. All right. So now we're grabbing our detail portion. And this is going to be full strength. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this so I can kind of line up. If you're hanging over, you want to have your edge here almost look like it's past the edge of the carrot, because if you don't do that, then it stamps kind of in the middle. It's just that simple. So you want it almost past it. It looks like it's almost past. Okay. So those are my carrots. Yay. Okay. Now I got to get my leaves, and I got to get my little, I put that on the wrong block. Put the leaves, put the little berry things. I don't know what those are called. I'm going to call them berry things until you tell me differently. So, and then I've got my little bushel thing. So now this, guess what? On the bottom of the stack again. I must have like finished and said forget it. I don't know. So we're going to do Parakeet Party. And we're going to do Starry Sky. So I'm going to pull both of those out because, yeah. Okay. When your pad starts to have impressions of your stamps, that's when you know you probably should re-ink. So, for your information. Oh, wait. That was not the one I should have started with. I need to start with my broadleaf. Because that's at the base of my carrot. Have you guys ever looked at carrots before they're chopped off? I hope so. So, there's that. And then if you wanted different colors, you know, you can easily do that, but I'm just kind of filling in. And we're going to see how this looks. If you don't like it, do it different. It's just that simple. Huh. And you could mask off if you don't want the stems running through, which I probably should have done, but hey, that's okay. And then my little, I don't know what they're called. Berries? I don't know. I'm not a farmer, can you tell? So there you go. All right, so let me clean these. Ooh, that doesn't look good, does it? I need to put some more of the bushy ones to fill in, because that does not, okay, I don't like how that looks. So we're just going to fill it in until it looks right. Maybe that won't be, I don't know. Sometimes things don't work if you add more, but sometimes they do. So, like, here we go. Keep adding till it's right, right? These are some bushy carrots. Okay. I don't think it's getting better, so we're going to stop there. If you don't like the bushy, then do it different when you have it, okay? But in the meantime, I got to put these back, and here's why. Because they're the photopolymer set, and I'll end up losing them. Really losing them. And I don't mean like, you know, barely. I'm talking like in the vacuum, bye-bye kind of lose. So, because of that, we're going to put these up. All right. And then some of my mess here is going to be covered by that glorious ribbon, so we'll be okay. We will be okay. So I'm going to grab some glue dots to glue down my ribbon. If you want a thicker ribbon, grab a thicker one. It's just that simple. So and grab a glue dot. I'm only doing one because, ooh, I needed to stamp that. Hold up. Because if I don't, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to have to stamp on the bumps, and that's just not going to happen. So I'm doing thanks a bunch because we're being corny tonight. So thanks a bunch. I'm so glad I remembered before I glued everything to the back of this. That would have been so bad, huh? This is why I write out instructions for you guys, because I'm sure you're like, sometimes your videos are great, and other times, yeah, that's called me, you know? So, you get what you get. Some days are better than others, right? So, all right, so I've got my glue dot on the back of here, and I'm just going to stick this down to the back. Okay, and I'm only doing one, and here's the why. Because I'm doing dimensionals too to pop it up, and I don't want a whole bunch of extra stickies sticking around. So we're going to do a dimensional over top and one there, and it'll be fine. Just trust me, it'll work just fine. So I'm going to clean up some of that bushy mess, literally. And see, all fixed, right? See, now it looks okay, huh? Whereas before it was like, ooh, you need to fix that. That needs to get cleaned up. Well, I did. I just put something over it. Okay. So now we got to glue them all down. Let me stack my blocks. I feel like I'm back in kindergarten. So stack my blocks, grab my Stampin' Seal. This goes here. Okay. And then this goes here. Maybe. If you're starting to get rough edges, I'm seeing them on mine, that's when you need to change your blades on your cutter. And if you don't have the money to change your blades, grab a nail file, emery board, and go on either side and kind of act like a sharpening stone. And it'll buy you a little bit of time, so you can call me and say, hey, I need them. And I say, okay, no problem. So that's how that goes. Okay. Okay, so that's the first card. What do you think? That mess doesn't look too bad now, huh? I think I like it better than that one, except I dropped the block. Always something, isn't it? Okay, let me make some room to get the trimmer back here. All right, so next we're going to be cutting this guy. I am calling this the bunny card. So this is same base. The soft succulent outer mat, this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and then the inner mat is 5 by 3 3/4, and then stamped and then colored, and you know the drill, right? I hope so. Okay, so let's see, we got to get to cutting, don't we? So first and foremost, card base. We're gonna stack this up so I can find it later, because yeah, it's gonna be one of those kind of nights, right? And then scooch down a little because my blocks were in the way. This is gonna get cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Okay, and then the white, basic white, that's gonna get cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. All right, so we got all our pieces and parts almost. Not quite, not quite, not quite. I need a piece of scrap, basic white, to be able to do the bunny. So let's see here. And the bunny's getting stamped in basic gray, but we're not there yet. Okay. First and foremost, we got to do all the grass. And I say that loosely, right? Yeah, because we got to say it loosely. That's the fun part of it, right? So, okay. So the grass is that side of the carrot that we just used. So we're gonna grab here, and then I'm grabbing soft succulent. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so soft succulent, and we're just gonna stack some grass. Quite literally. So I am just doing some random. Let's see. Oh, I need to turn this way. The code up top, that is for club order bonus that goes until the 15th. That is for the sponge daubers. So if you're a crafter, not on my team, that's open for you. Sorry, team. But I do other bonuses for you. Lots and lots of other bonuses for you, I hope. I hope you feel that way. If not, we'll take a second look at it. So, all right, so that's enough grass for me. I'm always open to feedback, you guys. So, because heavens knows I'm not perfect. And if you thought I was, you obviously haven't been around long enough. It's just that simple. So you can do any of these cute bunnies, but I'm going to pick this one. Why? Because it matches the punch. Okay. So let's see here. Matches the punch. The infamous punch. So I'm going to grab here. And I'm actually curious, by the end of season, I wonder how much use this one bunny is going to get out of the whole set because it matches the punch. I'm guessing probably quite a bit more. I'm just going to say, right off the top of my head, I'm going to say quite a bit more. So, basic gray for my bunny. Make sure you're going on one of the edges so I don't have to cut the paper. Okay, so when I punch, I don't have to trim my paper, right? Okay, so we're going to pull that block off. Put this back. And then I'm grabbing Happy Easter out of this so I don't forget. Because you never know. You just don't. So we're grabbing basic gray. And then I'm grabbing polished pink. Now the Stampin' Blend that I'm using to color the nose and the ear for the bunny, that's the lighter color. It tends to be darker, so there's my Happy Easter. First of the season, so I tend to gravitate towards the lighter because you can always make it darker, but the lighter tends to soak into that paper and it seems to really kind of work really, really well, right? So closing up my polished pink. Whew. Opening those ink pads. All right, so grabbing my punch, trying to line him up. Why do I say him? Do you know I had a bunny growing up? I had Tony the bunny because my brother called him Tony, like Tony the tiger, because he ate Captain Crunch when we first rescued him. I know, goofy, right? And then we had a tortoise too, and the tortoise was named Rocky. My brother named him too. So we had Tortoise in the Hare. So that's what I grew up with. I did not grow up with a dog. I grew up with a tortoise and a hare. And my bunny would be wrapped in a towel, carried around like a baby. And then when he was done being carried around, he would stand on top of my tortoise and ride him and like thump on top of his shell to make him go. Yeah, I've never had a normal house. Right? So there you go. There's my story of the night. So I had Tony and Rocky. So there you go. Okay. And we're going to grab here. Probably before you put the bunny on, you probably should put your glue on, but it still worked out. It's okay. So we're going to put this here. And I know you're like, oh my gosh, John, you're centering them so well. Well, you know, I do this like almost 8 hours a day, so I'm hoping muscle memory kicks in at some point, right? Gosh, I hope so. So I've got it to where I know where my fingers are, and it's just, this card's goofy. Anyways, card's a little bit more narrow. But anyways, don't know what happened. I probably cut them. So there you go. Yeah, wow, huh? Yeah, I would say on average anywhere from 2 to 6 hours in my studio a day. The rest on my computer, marketing, everything. But that's what I do, right? So there you go. So if you want to know if I'm committed or crazy, you know where to find me, at least, right? So I'm just grabbing my trimmer, and we're gonna go. The base is the same. It's the 5.5 by 8.5, and then scored at 4 1/4. And then the Mossy Meadow, This is 5 by 3 3/4. On the instructions, it might be 5 1/4 by 4, but I'm going with this. So just letting you know. Okay. And then this one is going to be, let's see, if I did 5, that's 1/2 inch. So we got to do 4 1/2. It'll all work out, right? So it's an inch in. So 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Yeah, I might have done differently. I don't know. It's all good. Same effect, right? Okay, so we've got Mossy Meadow for this one. This one is a fairly simple one. Now, if you wanted to watercolor to give a little bit more give for those trees, you could do that. But it's what it is, right? So I'm grabbing my tree, my carrot, and then let's see. Should we say everything's coming up carrots? No, but that would be funny, huh? So let's see, what did I do? There's no one quite like you. All right, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so grabbing my Mossy Meadow, get it started. Grabbing my trees. I'm saying that loosely. And I'm going kind of down in the center because I want my words to pop out still. So we'll build it the other way. Coming back up. So reverse arch. Okay, so there's my 7. All right. Clean off my block. I notice I'm getting a little bit of block stuff. If you do that, I usually don't have that problem, but I guess I'm being a little heavy-handed tonight. If you have that problem, grab your pierce mat, so you don't end up or an old mouse pad or an old magazine, just a little bit of cushion underneath, and that'll keep that from happening. So there you go. Okay. All right, so let's see here. If I flip both of these around, here's my card base. Oh, let's close this. I don't need extras. How about you? Okay, so now I'm just gonna throw my Stampin' Seal on. Let's see. Throw my card on here. So yeah, if you ever have questions on your cards, please don't hesitate to ask. Chances are I'm probably in my studio. So there you go. There's a good chance. A really, really, really good chance. All right, so now we're going to do the beast. Okay. So the beast is what I like to call it, or the landscape card. Okay. So we've got thick white card base. This is cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. Let's fold this so I can find it, right? Because we're starting to get a pile here. All right, so now we're going to work up to down, okay? And our outer base is 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. Okay, that's done. That's done. Now our evening evergreen, that is 4 1/2. 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Yes, I'm doing this all from memory. No, I'm not cheating by the instructions down here, okay? So, and then last but not least, I'm going to do this side first because this is 2 3/4. 2 3/4, and then this is, oh, can I remember? So 3 1/4, so That's an inch and a half down. So half, so it should be 4. I'm going to check and make sure because I'm not certain of that one. I hope it's right. So there's my outer mat. There's my inner mat. This is what I call my accent piece. Yep, we got it. Cool. You just never know, do ya? So, all right. So let's get this show on the road, as people say. So we're gonna grab our bushy one again, and we're gonna stick that on there. And this is gonna be all with Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Tahitian Tide, a little bit more Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Pale Papaya, and Calypso Coral, for your information. So I had done these sideways before. I didn't like how that came out. So now I'm going to do it like this instead. So it looks more like cattails. I know it's not, but kind of, sort of, right? Let's just say that. Okay. So there's my bush, as it were. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my blending brushes. I've got some large ones and I've got some small ones. We're going to start with the large one because I don't have to be so careful right now. However, later I will. So here's my Evening Evergreen. We're going to start off. Why do I start off like that? Because I don't want that circle on my paper. It's just that simple. Now, if you're only right-handed, make sure to not be heavy and only start on the right side. You need to make sure to start on the left side as well. Okay? Just for your info. Got it? Okay. So, green is done. Oh, I still need that for the grass up top. So we're going to leave that be. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my blues. So I'm going to grab my Night of Navy. That is for my waves or my water. That is this piece here. That's what that is. Got to use your imagination on this one, huh? So, and we're segmenting this kind of into thirds, but I want the top sunset area to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to be a little bit thin on my water. Make sure to drink your water, right? But just saying, we're going to be a little thin on our water. So just for tonight though. Okay. So yes, I've been working out and I have been doing my part in the gym and, you know, all that stuff. So definitely been drinking my water. Okay, that's my point. Okay, so Tahitian Tide, that's going to be our water. I don't want it as dark as my Night of Navy. So we're going to blend, blend, blend. Okay. I didn't like how that came out. Let's see, can I get it out? Not really. I've got 2 of them now. Oh well. Let's do some darker spots in the water and then it'll be just fine, right? Okay, so there's my water. Thankfully, those new small blending brushes, those come in a pack of 3, I believe it is, because definitely go through them when you're going through the colors, right? Okay, so now, you ready? Now we are going to grab our smaller, and I'm like, I think this is supposed to accent the leaf, but tonight it's going to be mountains. It's just that simple. So now I'm grabbing my Evening Evergreen and I'm stamping my mountains or my horizon, or, you know, whatever you want to call this, right? Okay. And then I'm grabbing my Night of Navy again. I almost forgot to put birds in the sky. We cannot have that. We need birds. I mean, who's gonna like poop on the sea lions then? You know, if we don't, right? So, all right. So my birds are the same thing I used for the carrot top in the first one, and these I'm just gonna do a little bit. What do you think? Those are my birds. I know it takes imagination, right? Sometimes you got to really look at what you have because you never know. You might have a sunset in your carrot tops and you just don't even know it. Right? That's not something you hear every day now, is it? Sunset in your carrot tops. All right. So now I'm grabbing my last blending brush and I'm starting with Pale Papaya, and then I will add in my streaks with Calypso Coral to finish my sunset, as it were. Hey, one thing to note, when you first get your blending brushes, I didn't do this the last time, and I taught a class and I had some loose bristles on the top and they ended up in my pad, and then I ended up having to dig them out with like tweezers and all kinds of crazy stuff. Just when you first get them, just rub them on your hand, lint roller, whatever you want, but get those loose bristles off, okay? So sometimes in manufacturing we still have our bristles, okay? So we got to rub our corners off now, don't we? Okay, so Pale Papaya is going away, and then I'm gonna grab and I'm just gonna do some bits down here to create my sunset. I want it a little bit darker down here. Darker, darker, darker. Sun's almost down, right? So that is what I have. What do y'all think about that? And if you can't do it on your own, come to an open day. I'm happy to coach you through it. Or watch the video time and time and time again, which be what I would do. Okay? So there's my card base. Here's my flipping them over. Because we gotta glue them down. It's just that simple. If it can't go out so somebody can appreciate it, what's the point, right? So there's my one. That's my soft succulent. That's 5 by 3 3/4. This one is my evening evergreen. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then last but not least is my basic white landscape gorgeous masterpiece at 2 3/4 by what was it? 4? 4. I was trying to remember. Do the math fast enough, and could you smell it? My wheels were burning. So, alrighty, y'all. That is what I have for you tonight. What do you think? Do you like? Are you like, hey, you're nuts? Hey, I want the kit, and I want my dimensionals. What are we thinking, huh? I know I'm a little nuts. I promise I do. I do know that. Let's see. Can I get all these? Let's do these two first. So screenshot those. Okay. Now we're going to do this. And then you can screenshot those. And there'll be pictures and all the links, and you know the drill, right? Tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning, everything will be ready to go. It's just that simple, yeah. So, I know I make it sound easy, but I do put the work in. I have to say, you guys. So, there you go. Here's the code to get your free daubers with $50 or more order until the 15th. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good night. And follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. Until next time. And for those of you local, hope to see you Saturday at the market. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.